ladies and gentlemen. I would be saying of twitch.tv/Invul Esports 2 right now, but tech issues, they do happen. So hello, I'm Enix. And yeah, this is my channel, and I'm joined by the one and only CJ Shaw. He thinks he's cursed because of all the tech issues, but we love him regardless. How are you doing this evening, Chris?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Every time I come on this channel and try and do stuff, there's issues, if you don't know. This is the second channel I've tried to actually help out Invul in the last, 1-2 weeks. But there's always been issues. But we're here now. We're on Enix's channel instead of the actual Invul one, but obviously it's a different channel, same hype, same game, and same League of Legends. So yeah, are you excited, Monk? Or are you scared?
I can't wait. A little bit scared because this is now on my channel and gonna get saved in my VODs. So, a little bit yikes. But yeah, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be good. Invul Esports versus Rich Gang. Very, very hype game. But for both of these teams, you'd imagine for the wrong reasons. Both Invul and Rich Gang at the moment fighting towards the bottom of the table. But that does make this a very hype matchup in the sense that both of these teams want to try and break free of the shackles of the base of the table.
Yeah, I'm just sending the players are asking for your stream link. So bear with me a second. I've just gotta pull out your stream link to give to them. Then obviously curious to see your beautiful face. So
don't know why they want to see that, but
where are we? Trying to find it. Talk to me a bit about how the Invul season's gone so far. Obviously, not been as good as
it's been a bit up and down. Been a bit up and down for both of these teams, to be honest. So we have Invul sat at 2 wins, 6 losses, and Rich Gang sat at 1 and 7. So little bit yikes for both of these teams. They are both tied with X7 Ascent. Well, no, not both tied. They can't both be tied because they're not tied with each other. Invul are tied with X7 Ascent on 2 and 6. So a good result here for either of these teams. Either of these teams are able to pull out the swift 2-0. We could see them start to claw themselves up a bit more towards safety. Invul 2 wins behind Lazy and Life in 5th as well. So potentially swings looking to happen here. And Rich Gang obviously able to climb themselves up and just try and make themselves a little bit safer.
Yeah, and some of the players in this game, like the players that people have heard of. We're in Division 3, but we have teams, and we're actually going to draft now, so I'm not going to talk too long. But we have players like on the Invul side, we have Roy K, Eggets in the bot lane, both Finnish players that have been around for quite a while. On the Rich Gang side, we have a lot of players like Nomi, Yupwolf, who, if you've been around the Norwegian scene for a while, you definitely know these names. Competed at the top, now sat around here. There's some synergy on both sides. But yeah, let's get straight into the draft anyway, seeing as we're going straight to the draft on the draft hall. So
Picks and bans are flying through thick and fast. We've got the Riven and the Udyr both banned away by Rich Gang. The Silas in response from Invul. Might want to flip the sides though, because the Invul are on red for this game 1. Rich Gang on blue. So yeah, there we go. Cool. Zeri going to be taken away as well. And what do we think is going to have the early priority in this series?
I mean, I'd say if you're looking at the Rich Gang side, we have Nomi in the bot lane, probably the person that they're going to be looking at to kind of carry on that team. Massive player, massive carry potential, has done it many, many times in Norway and especially in the NLC region. AD carries, I see the Zeri coming down as a ban from Invul. Obviously, Zeri in the bot lane is a menace right now if she gets on the right support. So I'm definitely not surprised that that's been banned out. Is there anything on the Invul side that you're looking at? Obviously, the Rengar, the Riven bans in the bottom lane, that in the Rich Gang side, that seems like quite a few target bans. Is there a few one tricks on the Invul side, maybe?
I can speak from experience. Slayer definitely knows his way around the Riven, and Pinterest likes his jungle picks that can fight. What more can I say? I don't want to give away any more specifics than that. But yeah, no, they are both players that do deserve to be targeted. We see the Volibear first pick for Rich Gang. Not 100% sure how I feel personally about Volibear at the moment. got nerfed pretty heavily on the most recent patch. I found that out the hard way on stream last night. Playing him in the top lane did not feel very fun, but Diana, the early pick for Invul, can be flexed, of course, Diana, but I believe you would probably expect it to go into the jungle at this point. Lucian gonna join it.
Yeah, just going back quickly to the last ban on the Invul side, seeing a Seraphine come down. Now, we all know Seraphine in the bot lane with something, in the support role that matches it is probably the most broken bot lane right now. So it's nice that they've took the Seraphine away from, the bot lane of the Rich Gang side. And yeah, some quite heavy fighty boys coming through in the Rich Gang side. This Swain, if you don't know, will be on Nomi. He is.
Yeah.
Oh, they've not locked it in there. They're threatening it. They're threatening it. I hype myself a bit too much by seeing that there, but maybe we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
See, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what
Oh,
I want to see.
oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh. Are you
He's
gonna lock it, Rich Gang?
he's doing it. He's doing it.
They're teasing.
He's
They're
tickled me.
teasing.
He's done it.
Hey, he's gonna.
Okay.
Okay,
So I'm just going to take
we've
30
got a
seconds to
Swain.
explain. So Nomi, Swain. These are two things that go together very, very well and have gone together in things like the Telling League and semi-final. I think even in the final in the last split. He's played it on stream up to Challenger in NA. He literally one-tricked it there. He's such a good... He didn't one-trick, he played with the champions as well, but this is amazing. And this champion right now, if you watch the NLC, has been very, very good at, counteracting these heavy dive comps and very aggressive comps because you just click the R and just kind of tank everything that happens, and then you just do all the damage back. So
that's a Vayne lock here for Invul as well. So are we expecting the Lucian flexed into mid here?
yeah, I mean, I could
Because
potentially see it.
I don't think solo lane Vayne's particularly good. Don't necessarily want to trust my analysis. I am only silver 2 right now.
A little Vayne
So
talk, maybe?
Sure. But yeah, I personally would imagine that's Vayne in the ADC position and Lucian mid. But who knows? Also, quite an interesting decision to take such short range AD carries into a Swain.
Yeah, it's
But that's just me.
I think it's because, well, I'm not sure to be fair, but I've noticed a Senna coming in on the ban on the Invul side again, taking another support, well, another bot pick that could go maybe well with this Swain as well. Nami, Lucian, Nami as well. So the Rich Gang side here have just seen, they've got a Lucian, they've got a Vayne. Let's just take away the enchantment supports, get the Nomi off the table, not Nomi, get the Nami off the table, and get the Lulu off the table, and you kind of just take away that carry threat that they can be on with it. I would like to see.
You mentioned
Yeah,
taking the Lulu off the table. It's not been locked yet. I mean, there are only 2 seconds left. They were going to switch, but no, that is going to come through. Just using all of that available time to discuss what they're going to do. And we're going to see something blinded here from Invul, although potentially not, as they could go top to answer the Ornn here, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the Vayne could be top, I mean, into the Ornn, it doesn't seem like it could be too bad. I'm a crap person when it comes to matchups, but my bronze mind maybe thinks it's all right.
You forget though, Ornn is the tanky DPS assassin, mage, tank, support, and top laner because he seems to just be able to kill everything. But no, Slayer is immune. Gwen, gonna be the answer. I think he will be particularly happy about that matchup. Yeah, true damage and immunity sound fun for an Ornn to deal with, basically.
And we have a Rakan. Okay. I like it.
This is your area of expertise with the Rakan.
Yeah, I mean, Rakan Swain seems like a nice lane. I mean, we obviously don't 100% know that it's that it's in the bot lane yet, but I'm going to expect it. I mean, Yasuo Rakan as well is a decent.
I was going to say.
It's a decent.
I was going to say we're looking at either Swain Rakan or Yasuo Rakan. This is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Oh wait. What's jungle? Wait, what? No, wait. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm stupid. It's Lucian mid. If we think I think it's Lucian mid, Gwen top, Diana jungle. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I saw a Taric, so if we see a Taric here, it'll be interesting one. But
well, truly living up to their name and picking the one champion in the game that can turn all of its teammates invulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard some talk of a Taric in recent times, so maybe it's come back into the meta. Obviously, we do have the Swain and the Yasuo on the rich hand side as well. We're interested to see which one will be on the mid lane and which one will be in support. We're just going to sit on the graph for a bit. And
It's an interesting stylistic change here because in the last few series from Invul, we've seen a lot of Amumu for Aegis.
okay, yeah, that's a
Uh,
big change. It's a big change.
so it's quite a surprising shift
Yeah,
in style. I think Amumu possibly been Aegis's most played champion so far this season. I'm just looking through the match history right now, and yeah, at the moment it's looking like it's either been Senna or Amumu. So something a bit different.
yeah, definitely.
Something I'm quite looking forward to seeing. I won't lie to you. And yeah, Invul truly living up to their namesake, going with the invulnerable Taric, calling down the power of the stars. And what do we think about this draft? Which side do we think is coming off better here?
It's hard to say because we don't know exactly where a few of the champions are yet. It could still be all a bit crazy. I've seen Wolf lock in the Yasuo, so that kind of
Okay,
says it's going to be the Swain bot lane. I think
that
bot lane's
solidifies.
definitely the one to watch here. I think it's definitely the one to watch.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I won't lie to you. I didn't have enough time to do any of my research that I would normally do before a cast this evening. So I didn't know about the Nomi Swain. But I'm very excited to see what he can do on this champion.
Yeah, it's one that I'm hoping Invul know about it and maybe they've prepped against it. See if I can just pull up some stats from obviously he did play in NLC Div 2 last split, so we'll see if he actually pulled it out there. But yeah, with you saying that obviously the Amumu was locked in quite a bit, it's been kind of a pick that's been used quite a lot. It's interesting to see the change onto the the Dino. It's a big change of playstyle.
I am intrigued to see what Aegis can get done with this pick because Taric I've always felt is one of those champions where if you are on point with everything, if you are like nailing down those ultimates and you are getting the multi-man invulnerabilities, you can just solo win team fights, kind of just purely off the back of a Taric ult.
Yeah, and obviously with the Gwen being able to move really quickly, even Lucian Gwen kind of dashing forward and stuff, and even Vayne like Tumble and stuff that can really help Taric, get the stuns off onto the other teammates and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because we have quite a lot of ults that are going to be very, very important. We have a Dino ult, which I would have kind of maybe liked to see a Yasuo in the mid lane. I'm not sure if he plays it, but with the Dino Yasuo combo, it's always a crazy one. I'd have definitely liked to have seen that. But you have a Dino ult, which is very, very important, especially with Taric. If you can get a good engage onto there, you've got a Dino in the middle of the team with literally nothing that can be done against it. And yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But yeah, we're just going to wait for obviously the spectator delay. We have about 2.5 minutes till that.
If there is anyone in chat that wants to get involved with some channel point Gamba, go for it. I've just set the prediction live. So if you think Invul or Rich Gang are going to take this first game, whoever you would favor, let us know. We are intrigued to see your opinion as well. I feel a little bit biased, but obviously we're here as the stream from Invul, but I just want to see a good game of League of Legends, to be honest. I like lots of fights, and I feel like these drafts kind of lend themselves towards that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think my phone's going off. There's a lot of the fights. I think is where we're going to be able to watch. It's going to be hard to watch one or two people. You have Vayne that can do insane stuff. We're going to be trying to look everywhere to see who's doing what, and we're going to see over time, obviously, who comes out on top and who is the people to watch in the team fights. Whether Invul kind of put a lot of focus on maybe the Gwen in the top lane, or focus around the bot lane with the Vayne. It's going to be interesting to see. They have a lot of areas that they can work from and really can be that carry person for Invul.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at I'm gonna say at the solo laners, but no, they're not solo laners. They're the 280 carries on the Invul side, and yeah, both of them very high mobility.
Definitely. And just
Which
a note as well, in chat, Is the volume okay? And let us know if you can hear us all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
sorry.
always. Anyone who's new to this channel might not be aware, but there's always tech issues when you come to an Enix stream. So if there are any issues that anyone notices, please do just let us know and we'll be able to get things fixed. But otherwise, Chris, I think it's pretty much time to get into game one.
Yeah, we've got about 30 seconds left. Still on a quick
Um,
countdown. But,
only thing I'm seeing in chat right now is maybe bring your mic a bit closer to your mouth. It's not that clear apparently,
testing,
but
testing. Is that better?
it's definitely better in my ears. But
But that's better, guys. Let me know. But yeah, 20 seconds to go. Obviously, we have a best of two here today. No one hates a 0-0 draw, 1-1 draw. Sorry, you can't have a 0-0 draw in a best of two. So hopefully, you know, it'll be
would
an
be
Invul
a bit of
2-0. But,
would be a bit of an interesting one if it was a 0-0 in a best of two game where there
yeah.
has to be a winner. But you know,
I mean, how these teams are doing so far this season, maybe none of them want to win, but I guess that's left to be seen.
well, we are going to find out, guys, as we are getting ourselves into game one. Invulnerables Esports versus Rich Gang. Let's do this. I can't wait.
Me neither.
Uh,
And yeah, let's get into the game. We'll just wait for it to load up a second.
yep, we are loading in. Looking at the loading screen, as we are right now, are there any interesting summoner spell or rune choices that particularly stick out to you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean we have the exhaust ignite in the bottom lane for the Swain and the Rakan. I think that's totally fine.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll just wait for the spectator delay or spectator bug to do its stupid thing. Wait for that to
Both
be fixed.
both ADC and mid on the side of Rich Gang with the exhaust, actually.
Yeah, clearly wanting to kind of stop the craziness that can happen with a Diana Tarek going in and stuff like that. So
yeah, so it's double exhaust on the side of Rich Gang versus the double ignite on the side of Invul. So it'd be interesting to see whether attack or defense proves better. Because those are the two intentions of those summoner spells, really. You either take the ignite if you're wanting to play forward, play aggressive, and obviously you take the exhaust if you don't want to be the one getting blown up.
yeah, and obviously the thing with the Swain is that you do want to, spend as long as you can in the team fights to kind of absorb all the damage that you can give it back out. So we see the double exhaust kind of enabling that gameplay a bit as well.
Yeah, exactly. If you click on the time bar, I think it should make it work. I don't. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. And there's instantly
And
a pause.
we have a pause.
Top is restarting his PC on the side of Invul. Slayer has been slain by technology.
I think his technology is what's been slain by the heat wave that we've had in the UK the last few days. I don't know about the rest of the Nordics, the rest of everyone in chat. I've heard that there is still heat wave going on somewhere, like in some places, but
the last few days has been worse than the Nordics, I believe. Rather than the first few days, well, Monday, Tuesday, what we had. Yeah, just a few notes in chat as well. Shout out to Banderas here, shouting on his, cheering on these guys in Rich Gang. Obviously, shout out to Rich Gang in the chat.
Here we go. And we're seeing a lot of cheering for both teams, which makes me really really happy. Just we like to see lots of support for everyone in all of these games, even though the teams aren't necessarily fighting at the top.
Be nice if the game would finally start to work.
Yeah, it's fine. We're good. And then it's just bring up the scoreboard and zoom out a little bit, and we're all good, I think.
If my macros want to work, which apparently they don't.
UON. And yeah.
He knows it already.
Control Shift Z scroll wheel to zoom us.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
We're good to go.
Here we go. So we might see some Rakan shenanigans level 1. Oh, Pinterest. I don't know if they've spotted Thug here on the ward. Grand entrance is going to be available very shortly, which is how he got over the wall. Pinterest might be in danger here. Channeling the recall, but
There
they're
it
going to
is.
go. Here comes the thunderclap. Swain, Root connects, the Ornn diving forward, but it's not going to matter. The Searing Charge does not find anyone, and it's first blood to Nomi. The Swain bringing the pain in the first minute of
Yeah,
game one.
that's a rough one. That's obviously first kill on Swain. He's going to recall as well, pick up a Dark Seal by the looks of it. I think he didn't have that in his inventory before, so yeah, this is bad for the bot lane of Invul, but it's only the start, and shit happens. So
A very aggressive pickup with that Dark Seal. If he can get some stacks going though, open up his own library, maybe Invul will look back on that moment as the point that the game swung. You see a ward kill as well for Nomi, so really funneling gold and XP into this Swain early. Dazzle going to connect, and a little bit of damage comes through from Roikia.
I just noticed
Tumbling.
What do you call it? The rune of the Taric as well.
Which rune? What?
The main thing, what's it called? I can't remember.
Oh, it's Glacial.
That's the
Wait.
Glacial.
Glacial Augment. That's interesting. I didn't see that.
Yeah, not often we see Taric anymore, so maybe that is the right thing to go. But,
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I don't know what you would take on Taric. Trading in the top lane, though. Gwen trying to snip. Looks like Ornn gets the better of the shorter trades, which, to be honest, I think you'd expect once Gwen has that Conqueror stacked up. You get all that extra damage, all that extra healing. An Invul here with a lot of pressure in the early lane here. Grand entrance forward from Thug just to dodge some damage, but the Ignite goes down. He's ticking away. He's not quite going to burn down with the potions running on, but a lot of pressure being gained in this bot lane. But here comes Yids for the early gank. The Volley Bear waiting in the wings.
yeah, and it's not been bad for Invul so far. Could have been a lot worse. So can't be feeling too bad about how it's going so far.
Oh, we might be about to get a 3v3 here. Pinterest on the bot side of the map as well. And the Volley Bear threatening a gank, but no. Roikia decides enough is enough. I want some boots. I have to go and dodge away from this Swain. More fighting in the top lane that Gwen is probably winning. Because Gwen, yeah, look at that damage. You get caught by the center of the snip, and it's just over, really.
Yeah, and obviously, no matter what happens, Ornn's always going to be useful. So
yes. Oh, but we are seeing a flash away from Egot's Grand Entrance having come through.
And that shows the Hex tech on the Taric as well. Gwen is just doing Gwen things here, top line.
Yeah, pretty much. Both of the AD carries, I mean, the ADC of Invul and the APC of Rich Gang, just being left to farm on their own. The supports deciding that mid lane actually is the more important matchup here. And that they both want to go and support their mid laners. But to be fair, like we said in draft, Rakan Yasuo is not a bad lane.
Yeah, it's good, and it's going to get better. Obviously, with that first blood, they're staying even in the lane. Taric did lose that summoner spell, something they might be able to capitalize on.
Oh, stun connects, but Roikia not really in a position to follow up. But I like this zoning Nomi completely off of the gold, off of the XP. Now that Thug's back, you'd imagine he'll be able to walk forward. Nice tumble to get away from the Grand Entrance. And yeah, so after that sudden first blood, not a load of action, but as I say, that Pinterest looking in the top lane. Yids here as well. Slayer going to get taken down. The Hallowed Mist not going to be enough for him to survive. We see Thug chunked out as well, but it's Roikia that gets turned around on the Ignite is burning through the Vayne's health bar, but it looks like, other than the Gwen, no one's going to die. Pinterest might be in a spot of bother here. The teleport going to come through, though, from Slayer. Could we see a re-engage? Does not look like it.
Now, this is a situation where, Taric he's got the stun, though. Never mind.
Yeah, but the Grand Entrance forwards again onto the Vayne. This...
Oh! And there it is!
Roikia!
And there is the power of the Swain.
Yeah, just getting tagged by the grass. But Aegis is going to look for a return kill. Supportal combat going in the favor of Invul, at least.
And just before that play, I did notice there was a point where, if Tarek hadn't lost the flash earlier when he got caught out by the Rakan, he could have maybe flashed forward and even maybe got a double kill for the Vayne. So being punished a tiny bit for the fact he lost that flash earlier, but not too much. They go 1-for-1. You see Tarek getting the kill. But yeah.
Yeah, gives Vayne the assist as well, which sure, you'd much rather the kill go on to Rokia, but at least he's going to get a little bit of assist gold there. Does now have the fully completed Berserker's Greaves, so it's going to have a lot more mobility in this lane, going to be able to dodge a lot more of those skill shots, and potentially get himself into a lot more favorable positions, but no summoner spells on that Vayne or on the Swain. So all of bot lane summoner spells burned. Other than Thug, Flash, and Egit's Ignite. Tumble Away going to carry Rokia to safety again. Thug only actually level 3 right now to the level 4 of his opposite number.
Yeah, he's been chilling really, hasn't he? It's not that deep. Just walking around, doing what he wants. A lot of roaming with Oliver on that side. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep, big wave crashing into this top lane tower from Slayer, and it looks like it's going to be early dragon focus from Rich Gang. Gonna grab this Hextech Drake. Relatively uncontested. I say relatively. Pinterest on the top is in the top jungle, so doesn't have much of a chance here. And that is the dragon picked up. A lovely little bit of ability haste and attack speed picked up for the members of Rich Gang. And they've got to be a little bit careful right now. I know the Volibear's not pathing directly into bot lane, but now he's here. And Rokia is caught, Rokia is stunned, and Rokia is down. Volibear finds one. Pinterest, yeah, Pinterest could answer. And we see Erebin moving down as well. The Moonfall not going to get fired through. Now it comes in. Demonic Ascension comes down from the Swain, though, but Erebin arrives. He takes down one, and now the Swain is not quite strong enough to find anyone. Shut down by Pinterest. Double kill for the Diana. And another one for Egits. The battle support on the Taric. Rokia really suffering, though, as a result of this. Down 13 CS. His wave's getting pushed in, although he is going to catch the mid lane here for Erebin. No one going to lose any farm anywhere. All lanes simultaneously getting collected.
Yeah.
Forge God's going to get called. The Needlework's coming down as well, though, from Slayer. And there goes the Hallowed Mist. Turret shot tanked by Morty. And Searing Charge not quite connecting with the wall for the knock-up. And Slayer, with the help of his tower, will get himself on the board.
And that's not a good one for the one in the top lane. That's kill over to the Gwen. We did obviously say at the start, and it looks like
Thug looks to be caught out here. Nice slow onto Egits, but Rokia can now free fire those silver bolts, stacking up. One more tumble, but no! Id's gonna be getting there just in time to save his support.
There you go, he's just doing whatever he wants, doesn't matter. Yeah.
And as we crest the 9-minute mark in this game, we see Invul with a 500 gold lead.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy start. We said at the start of the game, there's a lot of carry potential on every single lane for the Invul side. And
Everywhere.
We were obviously curious to know where the focus would be. Early on, we've obviously seen quite a few roams from the Lucian and stuff down to the bot lane. Gwen picking up the kill on the top lane, obviously Vayne falling behind a tiny bit, so maybe the focus will be around this Diana, maybe the Gwen as well. We'll see when it obviously comes to the Herald if they, try and fight around it or they just leave it.
Oh my god, wait, Chris, I see a tear in Egits' inventory. Can we get Muramana Taric?
But maybe, I mean, it's kind of important for the Taric to go for it anyway. For the tier, but whether he goes crazy with it is something we'll see. Well, Diana is here again.
Threatening the bot lane, does have the Moonfall back up, is going to get pulled back in by the Swain, but no real damage, doesn't take any tower aggro. We do see Yupwolf. Yupwolf, a player we haven't really talked about actually at all this game.
Yeah, and obviously another person that's been around quite a bit in the Norwegian scene. I'm pretty sure he spent quite a few, the last 1 or 2 splits in the Prime League as well. And this is someone that's been around since I even got into the scene in terms of...
Ooh, nice double stun there from Egits. Not quite proccing the silver box onto the Swain though. Root catches on to the Taric. And now we see Yids back in the top lane. Has just taken the Rift Herald, so does have the eye. Forge God is going to be called. And is Slayer going to be able to find anything? No, not quite. just about taken down, but Pinterest in the area, going to dissuade any further aggression, going to find the Ornn, going to answer back and avenge his top laner.
And this has been a story
3
of
and 1 for Diana.
it's been a story of right place at right time for Diana here. This is like I think the second kill in 2 different occasions that Diana's picked up by just being in the right place at the right time after a fight's already happened. And obviously 3 and 1 now.
Yeah, and I mean, this Diana already has that Nash's Tooth completed. Gonna be very, very strong. Has a Dark Seal as well. That's 2 stacks onto that Dark Seal. We spoke about the snowball potential on Nomi with that Dark Seal earlier, and none of that has really come to fruition. All the stacks that have been built up having been lost by that previous death. But if Pinterest can get this Dark Seal stacked up, that could be a lot of damage coming through from that Diana. Interesting to note as well that we have a Dark Seal on the Rakan, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit extra for but yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. In this situation, obviously,
I don't hate it.
we have Dark Seal galore of it. I guess we've got one on Nomi, one on Rakan, and also obviously on Diana as well.
There's 3 of them in this game, which is quite a lot, to be honest. I don't think you normally see 3 Dark Seals in a game. Both teams, though, looking to set up for this Infernal Drake a little bit. A little bit of damage coming through from Erubin, trying to poke out and help his jungler fight for river control. Rakan going in the Thug with the quickness. The Cosmic Radiance is going to get popped, though, and Aegis is going to get himself immune, but I don't really think that's going to do a lot for you when you're 1 versus 4. Shut down. Nomi picks that one up. 2 stacks to that Dark Seal, as well as a lovely 450 gold. I think Invul going to have to concede this Drake, unless Pinterest can find something. Doesn't have a stopwatch, so would probably be a suicide mission, of which he decides better than to go for. So Infernal Dragon picked up for Rich Gang, and what soul are we getting? It is Ocean.
Yeah, this is perfect for Swain, really.
I mean, this is perfect for both sides. Whoever manages, if either side manages to secure this soul.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking better for one team than the other right now. But obviously, early days, the first few Drakes, in the grand scheme of things, if you can get ahead later, don't really matter because you can just pick up all of them in a row if you need to. Seeing some action in the mid lane here. The first time we've maybe really seen
Pinterest, Moonfall comes through and now does the culling, but Pinterest is going to get taken down. Shutdown donated over to the Yasuo. Erubin answers back, but if you're trading 600 gold for 300, I know which side of that trade I prefer. Although it is Invul with a slightly extended gold lead, up at about 800 right now.
Yeah, speaking of the gold, I'm just taking a look at where the gold situates on the actual players. Although, are we going to see Lucian here? No, we're just going to see a little. Well, there's the Herald going down. We'll come back to
Stun doesn't quite come through. But most of the gold in the game on Pinterest. We might see a fight here, though. Erubin trying to defend his support, trying to defend his mid lane turret. Pops the eye on the back of the Herald as we see Slayer running down Morty. Flash over the wall from the Ornn is going to carry him to safety. Slayer not able to follow as he does have the Ghost instead.
Yeah, just going back to the gold point quickly. Obviously, Ornn kind of even in the top lane doesn't really matter. Bit of a gold lead in the bottom. Obviously, we expect that with the Vayne being a bit further down in the kills and also in the CS. The mid lane quite even as well. It's looking pretty even besides a little gold lead with the Diana obviously getting 3 kills. So yeah, I think it's looking okay for both teams right now. I think both teams will be okay with how the early game's gone. They're both, it's okay.
I would have to agree with that. I think this game very, very finely poised, as we now see with that Rift Herald crash, the gold lead pretty much nullified. This game moving almost into exact parity. Volibear trying to sneak into the bot lane here. Pinterest is waiting, so we could see this as another instance of right place, right time, as Rakan is going to dive forward. Stun comes through, and Pinterest has now shown. So the element of surprise still available for Rich Gang, although clearing out these wards, and 1 ward actually remaining in that bush. I think Roikia just given the game away there with that one, but nice dodge. Nice dodge.
And that's all
don't walk forward.
For 2 minutes.
Oh, Eagles. He's been caught by the root. He's been caught by the stun. The Cosmic Radiance has come down, but has he bought enough time? Yes. Demonic Ascension coming through, and now the teleport from Slayer to join the fight. Eagles just survives with a tick of the healing at the end, but Morty going to pick up Slayer. Teleports burned, and it's 5 members of the Rich Gang in bot lane.
Yeah, it's just more players wins the fight, I guess. But Diana's here, you know, right place, right time. Once
Yeah,
again, Earl going out.
catches onto 2, but it's not going to be enough. The last breath picking up Roikia. Can Pinterest find any exit kills? He finds Thug, picks up 1, finds Nomi for the second. Is he going to get himself out? Flash and a dash carries him back to the safety of his tower. Morty not confident that he can tank that any longer. And a 2 for 2. 2 for 3? Did Eagles die? No. 2 for 2
Two
in
for
the
two.
overall fight.
And we're just
With
obviously in the mid lane,
Yeah,
just farming
with
up.
mid lane pressure for Erubin. So you, in the extended fight, I think you have to give the slight edge there to Invul. First turret, never mind. That is a winning play. Picking up the first turret gold, all of that money funneling into the Lucian's back pocket.
Yeah, and that puts him ahead, we can see, by around 600 gold. Yeah, it's been quiet in the mid lane, the quietest part of the game, but it's where we see the first turret go down. Rakan trying to steal the blue buff there, but failing just a bit. But I
Yeah,
appreciate the
but
effort.
that's a nice secure there for Erubin. Gonna help him. Gonna deny it from Nomi, you would imagine. You'd imagine the blue buffs this game are gonna get given to the Swain. But it will deny that from him. And now Erubin looking for a bit of poke.
So
Doesn't really
there's
get a lot.
a little gentleman's agreement in the mid lane for the second turret to also go down straight after by Yopwolf picking that up in the mid lane. So that's 2 turrets down, 1 on each side. Obviously, 2 Drakes on the side of Rich Gang, 1 up, 35 seconds to the ocean. This is the one where it obviously starts to get interesting.
Yeah, you have to start thinking about fighting for these dragons now for both sides, because Invul, you don't want to let them get 3 Drakes. 3 Drakes, not what you want to have to play into, because then you are forced to fight every 5 minutes. Although, maybe Invul are feeling confident. Maybe they want to look for the fights. Pinterest on this Diana, massive 5-2-2. And Erubin, lots of gold on that Lucian as well. But it is Rich Gang who have the priority in the river here. Oh, there's 2 members lurking in the darkness. The quickness is going to come through. Flash away from Erubin, going to carry him to safety, but Slayer not going to be able to get out. The needlework goes through. Keeps him alive for quite a while, and he might actually get out here with the Ghost. That is a very speedy Gwen, and Slayer's going to survive. Does not have the teleport, so can't just recall and TP back into this fight. Demonic Ascension going to come through, though, and Egets is eviscerated on the side of this fight. Roikia going to follow after getting tagged by the tornado. And I think that is just going to be the dragon here for Rich Gang, unless Pinterest and Erubin can pull off a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, seems like the second time, or second Drake in a row, where Rich Gang have just been earlier to the setup, and they've just sat in a bush and just waited, and then they just
Erubin, can you find a kill off the backside? Not quite.
yeah. So Rich Gang just picking it up free, having just the earliest engage, obviously with the Rakan Yasuo with the Volibear just going in like crazy every single time. It's working out for them straight away. So
Yeah, Slayer answering back on the top side with a turret though. So it is at least something traded.
yeah, and obviously the gold is still basically flat even, but Invul have to fight this next trade now.
Yep, so if you are, well, both teams, you have 5 minutes. The game has now been put on a bit of a timer. 5 minutes, get as much gold as you can, secure as much power, as many items as you are able to, because there's going to be a fight. We do see 2 items coming in for most players now. You see the Sunfire Cape completed for Pinterest. The Frozen Heart to go alongside the Frostfire Gauntlet for Yids. Okay, I said most players have 2 items. I lied. There's only 2, I think. And it's the junglers. But, you know, you get the point. All the players are nearing 2 items at least.
Yeah, and obviously 20 minutes in now. Talk to me about, you know, we get 15, 20 minutes down the end into this late game if we finally get there. We know Invul love a good late game and late game, I guess. Who comes out ahead if this goes on long enough?
I don't know. I feel like the Rich Gang composition spikes harder in the mid game. So like, if you had to look at it as like a curve, oh wait, we see it engage. The Moonfall misses completely though, and Yid's now looking to turn back around onto Pinterest, but no. Pinterest is the one that's going to keep this fight going. Yopwolf moves up, and that dissuades any further fight. As I was saying, I feel like, I don't know. It's kind of, if there was no Ornn, if it was a different tank, let's say a Scion for Rich Gang at the top lane, I would say the longer this game goes, the more it favors Invul. But I feel like Ornn with the ornaments means that it's a lot like it flattens out the drop off a little bit for Rich Gang.
Okay.
I mean, if we get to like ultra like 6 items late game, I think it's slightly Invul favored.
I think Roy K might actually be useful then.
Exactly, but that was what I was about to get onto. It kind of centers on the Vayne, and Rich Gang done a really, really good job of getting Roykia behind. Like, we only just see the Rage Knife being picked up now.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for the Vayne in this game, but you know what they say. Well, they don't say that, so I'm not going to say it. But yeah.
No. Go on, Chris. I know I'm very interested to hear what everyone says. I'm sure Twitch chat is as well.
No, I was just going to say it's been nice weather outside today, hasn't it? So
Something like that, yeah. Win lane, win game is what I was going to go with. And Nomi definitely winning that lane. We are seeing a pick here looking for Morty. Slayer is diving forward, does have the needles working, but jungle and support coming to the aid of both top laners to make sure no one dies.
yeah.
And after a kill a minute, first 20 minutes, we seem to have quietened down a little bit.
Yeah, I just kind of just want to see. I just want to see the Yasuo and Lucian just fight out 1v1, just to see who wins. At this point, I mean, they're pretty relatively. Actually, they're within 100 gold of each other. They're just kind of farming waves in the bot lane and just going back to doing nothing. Obviously, not too much to do until this next Drake comes up. I would like to see more setup from both teams around this Drake, you know. But
I definitely want to see Invul moving for this dragon earlier than they have done.
Yeah, so they need to be. They need to know by now. You know, the last 2 fights we've got caught out by not being there first. Make sure you ward all the bushes, ward the entrances to all the the river. And as we can see, they are starting to ward. They now see, but that bush is where they got caught out twice in a row. So now they're making sure that they have the actual controller on there, which is progress. It's what they
see. All 10 players in and around the river. This could be the fight that breaks the game open either way. We do see a little bit of poke there onto Slayer, but not really anything to write home about. It is a Gwen. There's honey fruit available. There are minions for the Gwen to lifesteal from. But yeah, no, you've got to fight for this. This could be very dangerous. This could be very dangerous.
Okay, damn, let's find the volley there at least. There's a bit of knowledge,
but again, we see river control being kind of conceded here by Invul. They do have a slight avenue here from the blue buff. And the dragon has been aggroed. I don't think they'll continue with it. Oh, maybe they will. Are they going to 50-50 this? Oh my god, they're just blowing it up, and Pinterest gets the secure. Cosmic Radiance going to come down as the final breath comes through from Yasuo, but no one's going to die. Tarek keeping everyone alive. The Demonic Ascension ticking away in the middle of the team fight, but they've not quite got the damage for the kill. Slayer going to fall. First kill of the fight. Flash forward from E gets onto the volley bear. Can't quite secure the kill, and it's a double kill for the Ornn. Erubin finds one onto Yasuo, but it's 4 versus 2. 4 versus 1, sorry, as Erubin is the only survivor. Rich Gang going to look for the Baron here, and Invul deny the soul.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth for Invul, I don't, or is it? I'm not too sure. But that fight, they just didn't have the damage to get through the Swain with the Ornn. You know, the 2 exhausts, the volley bear was proper tanky and actually was decent damage. The Ornn, as we saw, picking up 2 kills in that fight. Rich Gang's just so tanky on that side.
Yeah, it's a interesting one because you wonder if Erubin will get the second tower here. This Baron not going down particularly quickly. I'm not saying that 2 turrets for a Baron, or a dragon and 2 turrets for a Baron makes it worth it because of the pure amount of gold that Rich Gang will gain off of this Baron, you would imagine. But it's mitigating. It makes it not feel quite as painful. We are starting to see ornaments come through, though. Swain just had that Leandries upgraded. So that's going to make that Swain that was already dealing insane amounts of damage deal even more amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's a rough one for Invul at this point. They're just looking for that perfect engage, and you know the Tarek ult came out in that fight and it kept them alive for a bit longer, but I don't think it was as perfectly placed as they would have hoped. But yeah, we'll just see how it how it pans out again in 3 minutes. Obviously, Rich Gang had this Baron. We'll see what they can actually do with it.
Yep. But Roykia does have the Guinzu's Rage Blade picked up now, has his second item. And I feel like Vayne really starts to come online between 2.5 and 3 items. You have to give the Vayne the time. And Roykia now has that as we see Thug diving forward, nearly
Huge
getting caught
damage.
out, but actually finding the catch onto a Rubin. The Lucian is shut down. Yopwolf picking that one up. 5-2 and 5 on the Yasuo. Again, we haven't really talked much about Yopwolf, but he's just been sitting back, doing his thing, farming up, and now he's here in the mid game with 5 kills. He's a real big threat
It's a
in
big
these
boy.
fights. He's a very, very big Yasuo.
There's something that he's doing in these team fights, which I've noticed in the last few team fights, and oh,
Oh, Moonfall comes through though from Pinterest. The Demonic Extension instantly going to get popped up by Nomi. Last breath onto the Diana, and the tower's turned off. Volibear rampaging forward. He's very angry. He's shutting down the Gwen. You are not immune today. No invulnerability from the Taric either. Double kill for Nomi, and now it's Roykia trying to pick up the pieces. Will have his mid laner coming through in support. But there's another ornament getting made here. I don't know who it's going to go on to. It looks like Volibear maybe? But the bot lane inhib turret does fall. Bot lane inhibitor's gonna fall.
this could be it.
And this might be the game falling. We do see the quickness popped again from Thug. He's gonna find Rukia and the Vayne unable to stand, unable to defend. And now it's down to a Rubin, but the root is gonna tag him. Knock up not quite gonna come through. And he is gonna answer back onto one. One shutdown is gonna be secured. And now it's Egitz and Erubin. Interest is alive. They might be able to end if they all just focus the Nexus. Nomi is hitting, and it is going to be the game. Rich Gang take game 1. Invul not quite able to defend. And yeah, Rich Gang moving to 1-0 in this series and tying up the two teams' records at 2-7.
Yeah, and as we go back to obviously the cameras, well, you've seen our faces again. Game 1, it was even until it wasn't. That's how I sum up that game, and Rich can obviously take it. Not what the Invul team want. Maybe looking to the second draft, seeing what they can do to kind of counteract some of the picks that the Rich Gang side did. But yeah, it's 1-0 to Rich Gang, and one more to go.
Yeah, I think I would definitely agree on the game being even until it wasn't. Kind of just got blown open by 1 or 2 team fights. Not quite enough gas in the tank for Invul in the first game, but game 2, we could see a very different look from both of these teams.
Yeah, and before we get into game 2, we're going to give you a chance to go to the toilet, get a drink, get some food, and maybe even play a quick 2-minute game of Vera. So we're going to cut to a break.
2-minute Vera. Okay.
Yeah, you can leave after at least 10 minutes. And yeah, we'll see you in a second.